warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sari Kusuma Rahman. Today I want to tell you the news about a startup gadget called OnePlus1. Why I choose this news? Because it is very interesting for me. This gadget had some quality as good as a highest level gadget like Samsung Galaxy 5, an iPhone, Oppo Find 7, but what makes it more interesting that it has low price. So, besides this news, I'm going to tell you about the text enchanters, which news in this news. Let's check it out. The first is news item. News item text purpose to inform leaders, listeners, or viewers about event today, which are considered newsworthy or important.
This is Twit.
A startup called OnePlus launched a low-cost phone today called the OnePlus1. Why don't they just do the math, call it the 2? The smartphone has some high-end specs, but starts at only $299 unlocked. There's a catch. You can buy the phone only by invitation. Sasha Segan is lead mobile analyst at PCMag.com, and he joins us to show us and tell us about this phone.
The second is descriptive. Descriptive text purpose to describe particular person, place, or thing in detail.
Thanks for having me on.
And there it is in all its glory.
Yep, the OnePlus1 is a really handsome-looking Android-powered smartphone, as you see here. We have a 5.5-inch 1080p LCD screen, the same Snapdragon 801 processor that's in the Samsung Galaxy S5, and it runs, you'll see this logo on the back here, Cyanogen, which is a popular third-party mod of Android 4.4.2. For $299, I mean, you've also got a 13-megapixel camera on the back, 5-megapixel camera on the front. Comes with either 16 or 64 gigs of storage. So you have these Galaxy S5-like specs or these HTC One-like specs at half the price. And if OnePlus can actually deliver enough units and quality units and debugged and QA'd units, this could be a really big deal.
The third is explanation. The explanation text purpose to explain process involved in the information or working of natural phenomena.
Questions about this. First of all, why is it invitation only?
Well, OnePlus is a very small startup. They're coming out of a company called Oppo, which is a Chinese electronics manufacturer known for high-end home electronics and a couple of smartphones. And they're clearly slowly ramping up production. So they want to keep desire at a fever pitch. That's why they've been leaking information slowly about this phone. But they also want to make sure that they only get as many orders as they can handle. So this by invitation thing is like a controlled beta. As they start building these OnePlus1 phones, I guess they want to make sure that they all work before they go out to the consumers.
Now,
The fourth, analytical. Analytical text purpose to persuade the readers or listeners that something being guessed.
now, how does Cyanogen, first of all, are there any Cyanogen mod phones out there? And secondly, how does this affect app compatibility?
I mean, fortunately, it doesn't appear to affect app compatibility. This phone, as you can see, it has the full Google suite of apps. It has the Play Store. Cyanogen has been very good at doing upgrades as Google does upgrades. It'll probably get upgrades faster than a lot of other standard manufacturer phones get them. But in terms of those backs and, you know, the cashews and all of that, you know what? I have the white back. It just feels like matte plastic. OnePlus has done an incredibly good job of PR here and of getting buzz going. And a lot of that buzz just seems to me like excitement and buzz rather than stuff that's actually material. Oh, yeah, other Cyanogen phones. The only other one I can think of was actually OnePlus's old parent company, Oppo, the Oppo Find 7. So this would be the second Cyanogen phone, as far as I know.
Now,
The last is review. Review text purpose to critique an artwork event for a public audience. such as movies, TV show, books, plays, exhibition, or orchestra, concert, theater, and etc. But in this occasion, it's not going to review such an artwork even, but it's going to review about this startup gadget.
Curious how they're going to do this. Now, Renee Ritchie, this is really the kind of thing that Apple is increasingly up against with the iPhone. Here's a pretty slick phone that's incredibly cheap. I mean, this is less than half the price of your average iPhone. How does this kind of thing, do you think, affect iPhone sales going forward?
I think it's interesting because it affects it not at all in terms of the subsidized market where people only see $99, $199, $299 price tags up front. In markets that aren't subsidized, it will appeal to people who are, or for whom price is the most important feature. The other thing that's interesting to me, though, is how they're making this price point. We've seen this before in the PC industry where netbook makers would get very low prices, but they did it essentially by destroying their own margins, and that wasn't a way to grow healthy companies. So I think we're going to see this race to the bottom in phones the way we saw it in other technology, but I want to see how sustainable it is, and Apple previously has had a lot of luck just totally ignoring that market and sticking to premium, and whether that strategy is what they do for phones as well.
Now, Sasha,
Okay, that's all from me. I hope this was useful for you guys. And if you want to know everything about gender tech, please don't hesitate to contact me in the text below, in the contact below. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Gadget.